They need Brian McMillan on strike at the moment. Jonty Rhodes, his partner. They're going to need to find a couple of gaps at some stage. Pakistan, when they were chasing New Zealand's big total yesterday at Auckland, had the happy knack of getting boundaries early in the over, which took some of the pressure off their batsmen. And that's what South Africa have failed to do over these last 10 overs. Nicely struck, but it's still only going to be 2. Finds the man at deep wicket, De Freitas.
Yes, Inzi-Manuel.
Another 2 more. This time slightly wider of De Freitas, but he's got a good arm. He elects to throw to the bowler's end. Got to be quick. Dermot Reed's throw there, underarm ineffective. Well, they need to score at 9 and over, and that's well bowled Ian Botham. Right up in the block hole with classical delivery at this stage of the game.
It looks as if Jonty Rhodes might have broken his bat, so he's going to have to get used to another bat. And hopefully it's a similar sort of weight.
Well, of course, all quality arise, but the piece of willow coming out to replace the original one is just as good. And he's still got a bit of time left. And South Africa with 6 overs, 5.5 overs to go, 6.5 overs to go, are still chasing this target of 253. Hit that well. Philip De Freitas is the man after it. He got a long way to carry down there. And finally South Africa have reached the boundary. The change of bat certainly working for Jonty Rhodes. There'll be one more. Tucked off the hip. Leg by the man on strike. He's 37 not out. And he'll be 38 not out. 39 not out, coming back very quickly again for the second. This man is quick between those wickets. It doesn't matter where he is this time, because this has gone for 4. Jonty Rhodes has given himself space again. He split the gap again.
And Lewis, it was going over backward point, and here Jonty gives himself a little bit of room, and he opens the face of the bat and cracks it in the gap there between third man and backward point. Uses the pace of the ball, 4 runs.
Again he's gone, but this time Lewis is underneath. He's going to catch it. Chris Lewis very, very cool under pressure at deep point. He'd been moved out there 2 balls previously by Graham Gooch, and this time Jonty Rhodes failing to find the gap. He's caught Lewis. He's gone for
the point. Here he attempts the same shot again. Hits it a little bit too square, and there's Lewis, very cool customer there, catches it easily and so casual. 6 for 206.
That's too small. Brian McMillan glides the ball down to third man. De Freitas is the fielder. And this will bring Dave Richardson to the crease for his first ball. He's the man replacing. No run there. And at the end of that, South Africa 207 for 6. Jonty Rhodes played a very brave hand out there tonight. But in the end, Chris Lewis in exactly the right position. Jonty Rhodes almost got too good a bat on this. The previous ball had squirted wider of the fielder, but this time straight down Chris Lewis's throat. Very well positioned, hands high. Jackson and Rhodes, the 2 top scorers, 46 and 43 respectively, and Jonty Rhodes 43. They're coming off only 38 deliveries. And we're very much into the South African tail now. McMillan a bit of an all-rounder. Richardson can bat, but they're going to have to produce something special now. Chris Lewis is going to take over from the Paddington end. Ian Botham finished all for England. Very talented cricketer, very good fielder, very talented batsman. But now it's his bowling that's going to count for England. Oh, it's a bad misfield. Dermot Reid completely misreading that. Able to... Dermot Reid might just have taken his eye off the ball.
Yes, McMillan just clips this ball away and Dermot Reid overruns it. Oh no, it hits, looks as if it might have hit one of those now it's Richardson to face Lewis.
One comfortably down to Gladstone Small at third man. No John to
give the strike to McMillan.
Lamb's in very quickly. Not a great throw from Alan Lamb there. Threw the ball into the ground. No. Well, Richardson's going for it. And the field is in on the offside. Mid-off is up. And Richardson aiming over that field, but failing to make contact.
It's Dave Richardson there, knowing that he's got to get boundaries. He's attempting to hit that ball straight, but he isn't quite in line. And it goes through to wicketkeeper Alec.
That's where we've covered the shot now. Gladstone Small again. He's worked very hard at third man. And new supporters down at third man right behind me. The look for two. It's De Freitas coming in very quickly, but McMillan comfortably back for 2 runs there. 6 off the over. At the end of the 41st over, so it's a big asking order. And to take over commentary now, it'll be Bill Lawry, accompanied by Ian Chappell.
Thank you, David. Semi-final. And South Africa really have to throw the bat at everything now. They've got 4 wickets in hand, 253 is the target. 4 overs to be bowled. McMillan, his 10th and final over. Richardson doesn't get that away. Misfield. Inside the circle.
Yes, the difference between this semi-final and the first semi-final, the short boundaries at Eden Park really kept the Pakistan side in the game, because there was always the opportunity of a 6.
That's where they'll be aiming. McMillan chips it down the line. He's quite deep. It's coming in quicker. They have to run. It's good running by Richardson. Crowd roaring here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Another great semi-final over. No one strikes that well. This time it's the brilliant Lewis. There's no 2 to him. Not a good throw, but well taken by the wicketkeeper Stewart. Pressure on all the players now and the umpires here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Facing the... It's been a good contest, a 45 over contest. Richardson cuts down to third man, who's De Freitas. Misfield, but they're not looking for the second. Poor running by Richardson, who's limping.
Leg. It appears as though he's done something there.
McMillan on strike. Big, raw-boned fast bowler. Gets a short ball, he pulls it away. De Freitas is the fieldsman, just the single.
And Lewis outthought the batsman on that occasion. McMillan was coming forward, looking for something to drive.
Richardson cuts it, could be 4. Superb stroke. Beats the man at point. That's what was needed. Peter Kirsten, who's been a star for South Africa there on the right, jumps to his feet.
And you really do open up the options for the batsman if you pitch short.
Yes, the pressure on Chris Lewis. Richardson moved to 10. McMillan's 18. That's a good hit. That's going to be 4-2. Here comes Fairbrother coming around. He won't get it. Yes, he does. Superb save. 2 runs. Wow, great outfielding by Fairbrother there. He was desperate.
Richardson picking the slower ball there from Lewis. And he's keeping his head. He's got a couple of spots picked out where he's going to loft the ball. Really is playing this pretty well, Richardson.
There's no wrong on. This time he goes down the wicket and misfielded by the brilliant Lewis. The pressure showing here. In comes Lamb to give him some encouragement.
That's the last thing we need is rain, and it's probably not going to help bowlers. The last thing they want is a slippery ball, the odd wide. They don't want to give South Africa any extra deliveries, and also the outfielders making throws. It'll be tough.
Milne hits it straight. Fairbrother coming around. It's 2 more. Super over for South Africa. 10 runs off the over so far. Staying the rain quite steadily here at the Sydney Cricket.
Put the brolly up in front of him. And now Gooch is walking in to have a chat with umpire Aldridge. And now the umpires are going to have a chat. And England are in front at the moment. As far as a reduced match, if we do, for instance, if we didn't get any more play, then England would be in front.
The crowd will roar here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. It's certainly quite steady. A very difficult situation for the umpires. It's getting heavier by the second. The covers will come out, and this may be the end for South Africa in the second semi-final.
I'm with Alan Jordan, the manager of the South African side. What's the situation, Alan?
Well, I think they've lost 2 overs. I'm just a bit out of the calculations, but the basis is that there's 1 over and 1 ball left, so it's 7 balls left.
And Brian McMillan coming out now. With him will be David Richardson. On the scoreboard, it's gone up that South Africa need 22 to win from 7 balls. I've been greeted by here. They're just passing on the information now to Graham Gooch. And Ian Chappell has some further information.
Yes, Richie, we've got a strange situation here because Alan Jordan has just come back to me and said that the umpires have come back to him and they've changed it to say that there is only 1 ball remaining. Although the official announcement was made just a moment ago that there are 7 balls remaining. So everyone seems to be a bit confused at the moment. But Alan Jordan is saying, well, not much point in them going out there. But as far as we know, it's only 1 ball. Alan Jordan has just signalled to me 1 ball remaining.
And the scoreboard finally confirming what we've thought to be true for some time now. South Africa need 22 runs off this 1 ball. Somehow, I don't think that's possible.
No, it's a disappointing end to a great semi-final, but that's the rules. The umpires can only abide by the wars for the World Cup. Disappointing night, Proctor and Prater, but a disappointing end to a wonderful semi-final. In comes Chris Lewis to bowl the final delivery. It's pushed away to mid-wicket. You can see that all the players are disappointed with that end. The crowd will roar here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. So at the end, it's England and a disappointing finish to a wonderful match. Disappointed Brian McMillan, kept the vessels, the manager Ray Jordan there. The South Africans have played very well, but at the end the weather beat them, and a very good defending performance also by England with the ball.
Hit 43 from 38, McMillan 21 in an even number of balls, and David Richardson 13 from 10. 6 for 232, and the England bowling, well, they needed plenty of good fielding to back up the bowling there. They were in trouble at one stage, and it was Philip de Freitas who got them back on track with 8 overs, 1 maiden and 1 for 28. Illingworth, that was another stroke of good play from Gooch, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 46.